So this will be our Tarpana ancestral reverence practice. This is the Ayurvedic practice of coming into relationship with our ancestors. It's a practice that we are invited to do at least once a year. And the time of year we do it is really at the height of Vata season when it is windy and we can feel the air through all the way to our bones. When it's said that the veils are thin between the realms, when it's said that this is the easiest time of year to hear the wisdom of our ancestors and our guides, our spirits, people from our lineage, and beings that aren't even associated to our blood lineage, but more our heart lineage. And this is the time of listening to that wisdom in our dreams and during the days, through the wind, through the air, through the leaves falling. And that in Vata season, with these veils thin from all the realms, that we have access to wisdom from all the realms. If we ask, if we invite. One thing to know is that our beloved dead, our beloved ancestors, our spirit guides, don't just come in. They like to be invited in. They don't just appear, and it won't be like it is in the movies typically, where it's really loud or that you necessarily know in this very dramatic way. And typically ancestral work is very subtle. It's a presence that you can feel, maybe through truth bumps or tingles, or a place in your body that tingles, or maybe there's just this really subtle knowing. And so if you haven't already lit your candle for our Tarpana, our ancestral reverence practice that is embedded in the Ayurvedic tradition, in many wisdom traditions, indigenous land traditions from all over the world have variations of this practice. And tonight we're just taking a tiny taste, just a little bit, nothing too much. We're not opening floodgates that we're not prepared for. We really want to stay in our boundaries. And so we start that by being in a steady seat, in a full seat, if you can be connected to the floor or the ground or laying down, but you want to feel a sense of steadiness in your own body, a sense of grounding. And I'm going to start with this poem, this excerpt called Ancestral Healing. It is liberating to consider that when we heal an ancestral pattern, we are not only freeing future generations, but healing backwards through time, liberating all those souls who were left unresolved, unforgiven, and misunderstood. And that's from Toko-Pa Turner. And so our ancestral healing practice and reverence practice really moves, they say, forward and back. And so even if you're seated, putting one hand forward and one hand back, breathing into your whole body, feeling the connection between the future generations and the work that you'll be doing, and one hand back to feel the support of the ancestors and the lineages behind you that you're carrying forward. And I'll be silent here for a moment so you can just feel into forward and back. And if you're laying down, just visualizing yourself extending your arms. Tarpana is a way to connect with ourselves, our roots, our lineage in powerful and loving ways. All feelings, emotions are invited to rise as we support this connection to our ancestors. In this particular practice we're going to do tonight, we're going to also work you're really going to have choice for if you would like to work with the living or the non-living ancestors. And so you can think about ancestors in training in our Ayurvedic practice. We can think about it in terms of our own family lines. So you might be calling in an ancestor who's wise and well into your heart tonight, who is living at this very time, but that you know is holding you and supporting you in many ways. And so our definition of ancestor is huge and wide and vast. And it can be in your own line, or it can be someone you just so deeply regard and value, their philosophy, their way of living. And sometimes our family lines are so broken and so full of pain and challenge that we skip over those who have that, who are not well. And we go back and back beyond those we don't even know their names, those who cannot be named, and we can ask for their support. So if you have a really challenging family line, and when I say ancestor, it brings up trauma or pain, just know that you don't need to work with them. In this practice, we work with the bright and benevolent ancestors, wise and well ancestors, wise and well ancestors. And we leave those who are unresolved and who are hurting. We don't need to work with them. We don't need to invite them in. We want to work with the bright and benevolent and the wise and well and have them support us. And wherever you are, just start to imagine 1, 2, 3. You really get to choose for you tonight how you want to be supported and who you want to be supported by. This type of healing ceremony just can help us be in relationship, just breathing in the relationship to the support, to the ancestors. And so starting just to bring to mind 1, 2, or 3, wise and well, bright and benevolent. And as they're coming in closer to your heart, closer to you in a way that feels so safe, so steady, so stable, see if you can allow yourself to be held in their love. Just seeing how that feels for you. What parts of your body can you feel being held and supported in their love? Tonight's practice is just about feeling held and supported in ancestral love, in lineage love. And if closing your eyes feels overwhelming and you have your candle, you can look at the flame, connecting to the flame of the candle with the support and love of the ancestors, the wise and well, bright and benevolent ancestors in our lineages, in our hearts, who are supporting us and loving us. And breathe, working with our breath as we feel that support, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. No right or wrong way, in through the nose and sigh it out while you're feeling that love. If there's any messages or questions that you want to ask them while you're being held, feel free to do that. This is your time. I'm just providing this container of an invitation, but this is really your experience, your time, being held in the love, being held with the support of your own guidance, of your own bigger system of support, and breathing with them and just listening. Are there any messages? Is there anything they want you to know? Is there anything you want to tell them, right? So this is can really be a dialogue. You get to say how much you care for them or respect them, how much you love them, what they mean to you. And also you get to ask, what wisdom do you have for me? Telling your ancestors what you feel about them, any gifts that you're grateful for. Any wisdom back and forth. And I'll be quiet for a minute so you can just listen and be in that relationship, energetically feeling their support, listening. And we're just having this little touch in with them tonight. This little sweet moment of connection, of shared listening. And in Tarpana, there's always, always a moment of forgiveness. So in this moment, it's an opportunity for you to forgive yourself, to ask for forgiveness. If it feels right to forgive your ancestor for something, a trait, something you inherited that you are ready to forgive. You don't have to push anything or force anything, but we always, maybe it's just forgiveness for the sweetness of the moment together. Just something you would like to truly release so you don't have to bring forward with you into the next phase, the next moon phase, the next cycle, the next life cycle. And we're going to start to close out the ritual with a bow, bowing to them, bowing to yourself. And just being held in this reverence of one another, this holding and support of one another, feeling ourselves in that front and back, generations to come and generations behind. In any way you want to be supported by them as you close out your time with them, the bow, a blessing, holding hands, anything that feels right for you, just letting it flow through. And we have a mantra and then a song to close out. So I'll say the line and you can just repeat it to yourself after. I am love. I am one with all things. I am peace. I am joy. I am forgiveness. I am trust. I am fulfillment. And so it is. And just being in the sweetness now, the afterglow, listening, breathing, and knowing that you can return to connection with your bright and benevolent, wise and well at any moment, that you can lean back and feel supported and feel their love, that you can make connection, ask for support and guidance, and repeat this practice whenever you need it.
Lean back, they say. Lean back, they say. Lean back, they say. We're right here. We're right here. Lean back, they say. Lean back, they say. Lean back, they say. We're right here. We're right here. Lean back, we are at your back. Lean back, feel the waters of ancestral blessing. Lean back, we are at your back. We're right here. We're right here. In the curls of your hair, in the fire of your stare, in the drops of your blood, and when you speak, and when you speak, lean back, we are at your back. Lean back, feel the waters of ancestral blessing. Lean back, we are at your side. We're right here. We're right here. In the air that you breathe, in the knowledge that you see, in the wisdom of your hands and in your bones, and in your bones. Lean back, we are at your back. Lean back, feel the waters of ancestral blessing. Lean back, we are at your back. We're right here. We're right here. Lean back, they say. Lean back, they say. Lean back, they say. We're right here. We're right here.
Blessings to us all. Sweet dreams and be well.